This week in the Restroom, we get our annoying character on to flush a Netflix comedy turd from 2017. We've got child molester voice acting, laundry list of call in a favor cameos, insanely bloated running time, rising star plot device, and permanently on autopilot unfunny Adam Sandler torturing the audience with a performance so bad it makes him look like he's trying to act while having a major stroke. It's Sandy Wexler, and before we flush it, we're going to take it out and play with it a little. Restroom Cinema. We're here to flush it, so you don't have to see it. Greetings, everyone. I am Honor Knight, your head cinematic flusher right here in the Restroom. As always, I'm joined by my lovely co-cinematic flushers, Midwest movie mogul Colleen Griffin.
Hey, hey, hey.
And Raging Buddha B-movie queen, Nora Crest.
What's up?
Also joining us as part of our extended co-flushing team this time out are the heterosexual life partners of the BlokeBusters podcast. BlokeBusters is a movie chit-chat show that covers all types of cinema, from the latest releases to the worst franchises. Please welcome back show hosts Brian Klosterman and Paul Adam Sandler Can Lick My Balls Hawkins.
Hello.
Yeah, that's the best you can hope for. All right, we're already depressed. Let's kick off this flush with a round of Thunder Dump. Blow some ass. I'll put 60 seconds on the Restroom clock, and we're going to go around the cinematic bowl to see who has the worst alternate title for this week's cinematic turd. The loser will then get to read the RSS, that's Restroom Stall Stats, in a funny voice of my choosing. Here we go. Griff!
A star is aborted.
Crest!
Cameo-a-palooza.
Ugh, that's lame. Hawkins!
Liar Liar 2, now with zero comedy.
Klosterman!
Supersized meh.
Not mixed bag. I had a dick-sucking grab bag of celebrity cameos. Griff!
Worst Woody Allen movie ever.
Crest?
Creepy dolls.
No. Hawkins?
The ridiculous 600 cameos.
It's kind of riffing on mine. All right, Klosterman?
The untalented Mr. Ribeye.
No. I had a Human Centipede 4 full Sandler sequence. Griffin?
Farouz, the guy who keeps approving racist Rob Schneider characters.
Oh, not bad. Crest?
So much Kevin James ass.
No. Hawkins?
Rob Schneider is a limo driver.
Klosterman?
VH1's I Now Hate the 90s.
I had Asperger's the movie.
Hey,
yeah, come on!
No.
What do you mean? No. Well, that is
Look at
time.
those.
All right. Obviously, we had some good ones. Kind of a mixed bag. I thought it'd be a little bit sharper. Crest, you're the big loser. You had at least two ones that stunk on ice. You had two that stunk worse than this movie. All right, so Crest is the big loser this time for Thunder Dump. She is going to read this week's Restroom Stall Stats in the voice of any one of Adam Sandler's posse members.
None of them have like a weird...
They all do. What do you mean none of them have? You can do Rob Schneider's Farousa voice.
Do it like Beavis and Butthead.
They're not even on there. But
They're not even in the movie, but all right.
Did you watch the credits?
Oh,
No,
no,
I haven't.
that's
The
your
credits
job.
is the best part of the movie.
Oh my god, thank you, Kelly.
All right, so I guess tonight it's gonna be Griffin on credits. Nice going, Chris. You had two jobs.
Sandy Wexler is the 2017 comedy web film directed by Stephen Brill. Brill, and written by Dan Beulah, Paul Sando, and Adam Sandler. The film stars Adam Sandler, Jennifer Hudson, Kevin James, Terry Crews, Rob Schneider, Colin Quinn, Nick Swardson, Lamore Morris, and Arsenio Hall, in that order, and follows a talent agent in the 90s Hollywood who's a satirical homage to Sandler's real-life manager, Sandy Wernick. The film was released on Netflix because nobody wants to see this in a theater. On April 14th, 2017, on Rotten Tomatoes, Sandy Wexler has an approval rating of 31%. I don't believe that for a minute.
Yeah, there you go. There's your Restroom. So I think she was just doing every Adam Sandler voice.
No,
I think that's what that...
She's doing Sandy Wexler.
Oh, my God, guys. And I thought Sandler's pedophile animated character from 8 Crazy Nights was creepy. Boy, was I wrong. If you ever wanted to see what Jerry Lewis would be like after a debilitating stroke, I'd give you Adam Sandler's performance in this film.
It's like if Jerry Lewis and Woody Allen got like stirred together in some toxic sludge. This is like the mutant that would come forth.
First of all, why is this film an agonizing 131 minutes? I've had medical procedures that took less time, and they were way more fun, by the way. Happy Madison Productions. Is anyone really happy since Netflix made a deal with Adam Sandler and Satan?
Oh, the irony, happy. and reminding us of like when he was funny.
So, Sandy Wexler, SNL Lord and Commander Lorne Michaels kicks off a slew of celebrity cameos going on about Sandler's latest fictional douchebag, and you're going to start passing out the chapstick, folks. The opening scene has to deal with a lot of celebrities talking about the legend of Sandy Wexler, and this scene keeps repeating throughout the film until we find out at the end of the movie. I'm not going to spoil it right now, what the scene is about. And Crest is actually very nicely compiled a list of all the celebrities that were dick sucked and appearing in this sequence. I'm going to wait till the end and wait for her to read down the whole list. Well, actually, no, let's just do it now because it permeates the entire film. So, Crest, real fast, just run down the entire list of everyone who appeared in this party scene. We'll call it that.
Lorne Michaels, Kevin Nealon, Jimmy Kimmel, Jason Priestley, Jewel, Lisa Loeb, Conan O'Brien, George Wendt, John Lovitz, Henry Winkler, Janine Garofalo, Arsenio Hall, Judd Apatow, Paul Rodriguez, Darius Rucker, Richard Lewis, Dr. Drew, Vanilla Ice, Penn Jillette, Jay Leno, Louis Anderson, David Spade, Dana Carvey, Chris Rock, Colin Quinn, Pauly Shore, and Guy Oseary.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's too much, guys.
These are all his friends, though. If he had a barbecue, these are the same people that would be at the barbecue.
No, okay. Either Adam Sandler is secretly like the coolest guy in Hollywood, or he's like the Julian Assange of Hollywood, and he's hacked all their emails and knows everything.
This is too much.
Thank you. I wrote he has something on these people.
He has to.
You know what? I'm going to disagrue with you guys. I laughed a lot.
Oh, okay. That's because you are in love and has nothing to do with this fucking movie. If you were not getting, if you did not just got laid last weekend, you would be in a miserable fucking mood like the rest of us. That's bullshit. No, you can't. No, that all has to do with Portland. That has nothing to do with us.
I'm going to get laid again this weekend. Yeah. I'm going to be in a better mood. So there.
Chris has completely lost her critical edge when it comes to this garbage. Chris, as we go along, I want you to point out what you thought was funny, because so far I didn't find one joke in this film funny, not one. And we'll talk about it as we go. But the
credit for the best part.
All right, we'll get to that at the end. Not Sandy, but a guy like Sandy. Why does the talented Janine Garofalo keep looking more and more like one of those troll dolls with each passing year? Did her plastic surgery not take properly? She's looking...
It's just collagen injections.
Is that what it is? Much. Yeah, at the 2-minute mark, guys. It's
collagen in her lips, and then like she's got the freeze frame forehead thing.
Is that what
where
it's
they
going
just
on?
like freeze it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's bad.
She looked a lot healthier. I'm one of her biggest fans, and man, every time I see her, I don't recognize her. I'm getting to the point where I can't actually recognize her. And it's not my senility. It's just because her face is, like you said, it's starting to look like Cher. Like they're all going to the same wax figure museum.
Oh, come on, babe.
All right, yeah, I can't bust any more on Cher. We already pretty much ripped her a new one a couple weeks ago. Los Angeles, 1994, because flashbacks to LA 92 and 95 were already taken.
No, flashback to when he was actually funny.
Oh, that was taken too. In case we haven't mentioned, folks, he's not funny at all in this film. In fact, nobody is, unless you're a Nora Crest, and then it's hysterical. It's Sandy Wexler. No, it's actually Adam Sandler sounding and dressing like a child molester who just finished up a threesome with Jared Fogle. Sandler's entire performance sounds like it was lifted from a 30-year shoe salesman with Alzheimer's. What's he doing, guys?
They are trying to imply some sort of like mental.
Oh, he does. Like I said, Asperger. Like, I wasn't that far off on that.
With his wardrobe and.
Nobody dressed like that in '94.
They did. They were just like 50 or older.
He's not. His character is not at that point in time. I don't think. Right.
Right.
It's based on his actual manager, but and it's exaggerated. But even again. Every time he tries to do one of these type of characters, there's something just off about it. It's not healthy. So basically, the opening of the film is them talking about this fictional character, Sandy Wexler, and then we flash back to 94. The whole film takes place in 94, I should say that, folks. Except the bookend part.
No,
yeah,
94,
95.
90, yeah, and a little bit of 96. So they're just showing different vignettes of him being an idiot, representing people. He's presented as a complete incompetent, yet he manages to still get stuff done. I guess that is how it goes in Hollywood. He had no friends. Truer words have never been spoken. Thanks, Louis Anderson. Well, yeah, that was the last time Louis was funny. So I guess there was one funny joke.
Louis Anderson recently was nominated and maybe won.
What? Is he back?
I think he did.
Oh, did he? Oh, Louis back? Okay,
yeah,
good. All right.
Thanks.
Never mind. All right, Louis, you're in our good graces again. When it came to eating with Sandy, it was like a smorgasbord on his face. Did anyone else want to put a smorgasbord on Pauly Shore's face around the 5-minute mark?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
man.
And you
Sitting
know,
at the
like,
table with like 7
Fuck.
women.
is he like trying to play Hugh Hefner and like?
That's what I
40
said, that Shore was surrounded by 4 beautiful women you couldn't pay to fuck them. There's no way.
Well, he probably does.
Yeah. Yeah, that immediately everybody should have just turned the film off and moved on to something else. But yeah, they managed to get Pauly Shore in this scene. And he turns, again, it's not the only one. Fortunately, they keep coming back to him. And he's not funny. In fact, they make a joke at his expense, and that's still not funny. Oh, my God.
Yeah, but I appreciate A for effort on that to make a joke at his expense.
Yeah. I don't even think he got the joke. I'm scared, Sandy. I got to jump over 10 trailers in a waterbed. In case you were wondering how Evel Knievel finished out the back end of his career. Veritable punching bag. Nick Schwarzden shows up in Sandler's film again. This time playing an Evel Knievel ripoff. Just a not a very. He's playing Super Dave Osborne. It's just basically yeah. And we've seen this act before. It's not funny. Anything he's doing in any of the scenes are not funny. The jokes are obvious. It's just lowball stuff, guys. Schwarzen can be a good character actor, a good comedian.
He's a great comedian.
Right. I don't understand why they don't let him do his stuff and create a character. He could have created a really funny character of this guy, this Gary Works or whatever the hell his name was.
Rogers.
Thank you, Gary Rogers.
You got it right the second time.
Yeah.
That's right. I thought his scene was good. He's like, I'm scared, and he's like laughing at him. He's like, why are you laughing? Like, that doesn't even make sense.
But I know, but I feel like he's like talking to him about his scripts.
There-
Like, why are you laughing? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that makes it so much better. Yeah.
Sandler's going through a litany of different people he works with. And Gary Rogers or Nick Swartzen's characters. One, here comes another one. What's it like being a puppet? You tell us, Kevin James, who's decked out in a fake mustache like he's escaping from his lame career around the 8-minute mark. He plays that Jeff Dunham idiot.
Yeah, I was actually begging for Jeff Dunham.
And he says, I don't know the first thing about the TV business or the movie business, Kevin. Yeah, so stay out of both, Paul.
Well, but was that supposed to be like a joke? Because,
Is that the joke?
I was in a very profitable sitcom. Ha ha ha.
Is his character supposed to think that all the puppets are real or something?
Well, they are real. Don't you notice that? They all move independently. I didn't understand that joke either, but...
If they had cut off like half of his clients and like kind of focused on that weirdness,
it would have been... It might have worked. Okay.
Yeah, I would have appreciated that.
Yeah, there's too many clients. What would you like to do? Well, not appear in any more of Daddy's shitty Netflix films around the 10-minute mark. It's bad enough. His wife and his kids are in this abortion,
and his
too.
kids are cute.
Yeah, but even they didn't look like they wanted to be there.
But I'm going to say this is his wife's best role.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really? I don't think she was any
seems
better
like
than...
a very nice person.
She plays another
You
client.
said you were the king of Hollywood. Like, I did like his kids giving him shit. I did enjoy that.
Yeah, well, we should have saw 2 hours of that. So basically, he's just one of these lowball, managers that has he lives in a big mansion, but he doesn't live in the mansion. He's watching the mansion for some foreign guy, and we'll find out who that is at the end of the movie. But he lives in the boathouse or the guest house or the clubhouse, I think it's called. That's where his office and he works in. Anyway, his wife is
an Iranian Jew.
Are you laughing yet? I'm going to put it.
Which actually they do exist, but that was supposed to be a cheap joke.
Cheap is the key
He
word.
lives in that little area that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air lived in the last season.
Courtney, nice to meet you. Hi, Jennifer Hudson. Netflix finally ponied up the money for you to co-star in Adam Sandler's Next Nightmare. You start on Tuesday. Jennifer Hudson looks like she's being held at gunpoint for all of her scenes. Why does she agree to do this? Yes, she does. Yes, this is
no.
I
She
know.
was trying to make it work.
I know. Yeah. She was trying a little bit more than everybody else, but she's beyond this film. You can tell she didn't belong in this movie. They needed a comedic actress for that role, and she is not. She can sing, yes. Obviously, they just went for the singing end of it, but so she plays the Star is Born character that Sandler discovers at Six Flags Magic Mountain. He's playing a chicken in some shitty Six Flags Magic Mountain show, which was actually more entertaining than the film. I wanted to see 2 hours of that.
And how is that for lazy writing? The only reason the kids exist, the only reason is to make him go to a park.
Right, the theme park. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Six Flags, which, everything's filmed at Six Flags. That's Wally World, folks, in case you're wondering about Six Flags. That's where Wally World was filmed, or in vacation. He's not our dad. I bet Sandler's kids say this a lot.
I would be, yeah.
At this point, I certainly would be.
That. I'm sorry. I love the kids just calling him out all the time.
Yeah, and it's strikingly true. You sound like a fortune cookie. Well, that's because the entire script was written on cocktail napkins in a Chinese restaurant. That's 3 people on the screenplay, folks. One of them Sandler, so it really is 2 people. Because you have to immediately X him out, and then you're down to 2.
And you can't exactly say, oh, well, maybe they didn't get what the writer had in mind. He was the fucking writer. He knew.
Yeah, oh no, he knew what he was doing. He knows what he's doing. It's just lowball stuff. He got the Netflix deal. I don't know how much money Reed Hastings shit out of his ass to give to Sandler to get him on this deal, but once you get that much money, and it's a lot, you don't have to try hard. Like, you really just have to, softball these films in. He's just doing the bare minimum just so he can keep that pay train going. Am I wrong on this?
The next movie is going to be literally...
Oh, no, come on. Him...
No. It's going to be him literally going for 2 hours and 11 minutes. Happy doobie.
11 hours.
2 hours and 11 minutes.
Hey, Sandler, if you're listening, I want you to top your running time next time. I think you got to go for like 2.5 hours, maybe 3.
God.
Yeah, just fucking keep it going. Let's just keep it going, guys. I was in prison my entire childhood, in emotional prison. So what's changed now that you're a semi-functioning adult, Sandler?
And she lives in Alaska. Okay.
No, he's talking about himself in that scene. But yes,
I know, but
yeah.
No, but the whole reason is that
her father lives.
Axe.
Got Axe. Aaron Neville. Yeah, we'll talk about.
Yeah, ask her dad, who happens to be Aaron Neville.
It's so great that it's Aaron Neville.
It's not great. Aaron Neville didn't belong.
Aaron Wig should have gotten a nomination for something.
How did they get?
So terrible.
I think Aaron Neville was in prison, and they just got him out to shoot that scene for a day. I thought he was dead. I didn't even know who the guy was until watching half.
Aaron Neville's not dead.
Yeah, and obviously not.
You've never seen that.
He wants to be after this.
Yeah, I bet he does. I don't have much. See. I'm not as gay as far as I know. This sounds like me every week in the restroom. Hey-oh. Oh, come on, guys. Apparently that's...
Hey.
Oh, yeah, that act is getting old. Well...
With that scene with the Northern Light, did anyone else think that someone at work just accidentally let it go to screensaver and that got rendered into the film?
No, that would have looked better.
Somebody took like an iPhone video of a Windows 95
Yeah.
screensaver.
Oh, it's definitely, yeah, Windows
like with
9.
an Instagram filter.
Yep, definitely, yeah. In case you're... Yeah, they go up there, and he convinces the dad to let Sandler represent Miss Hudson, and then they go have dinner out by the Northern... Because that's what everybody in Alaska does, right? They sit out in their car... watching the Northern Lights, eating a moose burger. That's, well, first of all, it's fucking cold.
And we find out that, like, he's not in prison.
Yeah, so, and in Northern Lights, yeah, Windows 98 screensaver, 95 screen.
No.
Sorry, Paul.
I was just trying to look up how much Adam Sandler got paid for the deal.
Oh, no.
I don't want to know.
He signed up.
All right, now let's give it to us.
He signed up for 4 more.
4 more films?
I heard about that. I heard
man.
about that.
Is there 4 more coming? Oh, guys,
Yes.
I don't know.
God, we're going to be doing this forever.
Yeah. This guy has to be stopped. 4 more. I don't know if I can do any more. I thought you called him. Who you should be calling is the makeup department to order up a decent wig for Colin Quinn around the 25-minute mark. It looks like he's appearing in a commercial for Prel shampoo. Couldn't they get a better... I know it's the 90s, it's supposed to be funny, but Jesus, man. They could have got a better wig.
I know he wasn't supposed to be funny, but that was still uncomfortable to watch.
He's terrible in this, too.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's doing... he's another one of the people that Sandler's character represents is Colin Quinn. He plays a character... I forget the guy's name. Not a very funny comedian. But then again, Colin Quinn is, can not be funny, too. So this is not too far off the mark
really?
For him. Yeah, really. He's working for Blockbuster Video right now. Blockbuster Video. We have all Adam Sandler's hit films. Go rent them now. Figure that out. This episode's sponsored by Blockbuster Video.
The one store in Indiana that's left.
That's the right. It's the only store that's going to be carrying
this
his films.
was a running gag through the whole movie of all the things he advised people not.
Oh my God!
I know.
And everything.
Right. That's dumb too.
The Apple stock.
Yeah, divest from Apple and invest in Woolworths.
Yeah. Well, Woolworths was pretty awesome. Van Nuys Tech Institute, where this entire film was shot, the 33-minute mark. So basically, he has to take Jennifer Hudson to go do a demo tape so they can present it to record companies and get her hit record deal. That's always how it works, folks. And of course, she's so clueless. I don't understand. I don't believe her character would be that ignorant. I shouldn't say ignorant, but that clueless in the 90s. This is not like A Star Is Born, when it was the 20s and it was musicals. I think she would have been a little more savvy to, research enough about the music business to know what demo tapes are, to record herself on song. She's completely a fish out of water here, and I don't necessarily buy that, especially since it's Jennifer Hudson and we know, from her, she has a career and she, is a good singer. So she doesn't really carry that ignorance well.
She didn't understand like how dumb Sandy was.
Okay. There's a chance I forgot to hit record. And I said, wish they had forgotten to hit record on this entire production. The scene basically is her recording the song. The dumbass, I don't know who the guy, do we know who that actor was? That was the engineer? Anybody recognize him? No.
I thought he looked familiar. But
I did. I couldn't place him either. But so basically, the joke is the guy keeps forgetting to hit record. It's like an airplane joke, but it's so drawn out, and it's like a 2 or 3 minute sequence. It's not funny.
And it's so telegraphed before.
Oh yeah, he's not going to hit it, and he doesn't hit it. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, again, lazy writing, lazy. There's a line saying, they go to a record company to get the demo, and the one guy says, how big of an ass? And the guy is Lamorne Morris? What the hell is that guy's name?
Lamont Morris.
Thank you. He's coming up.
Girl. Yeah.
And also
and I love him, but he's so, not funny in this movie.
He's coming up in Baywatch, right? I think he's going to be coming up in that film. He plays the.
Oh, yeah.
He's not. How big of an asshole do you have to be? Hell, we don't even need to finish out the rest of that sentence, do we?
There's also hanging a lantern on a joke and then smashing you in the face with it.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they do it constantly. Yeah, they actually do it constantly. It's step and repeat. And I got here's the next line to illustrate that. Sandy, step away from that light switch. Sandler's patented method of, there you go, as Paul Hawkins said, of comedy involves beating the audience in the kidneys with the same stale joke until blood shows up in their urine. 41-minute mark. And Hawkins perfectly illustrated that. It's over and over and over again.
Did they seriously sit down in the writer's room and just look around the room and go, light switch?
Yeah, that has to be it.
It worked really well in Clue. But
it's all day of stuff. This is stuff they come up with on the day because the scene itself is not really funny what she's doing. They take her, they show her tour the studio where she's going to be working recording, and they have her, test out the acoustics in the room, which is a beautiful recording studio. I'm not going to lie. But then, like I said, the joke is cheap. It's a cheap joke, and it's not funny. And he's not funny. I don't understand what type of character he's playing. They want him to come across as somewhat endearing by the end of the movie. Kind of like a more intelligent version of Rain Man. Not that Rain Man was dumb, but I'm just a more astute version of Rain Man. But he never comes across as that. He's just, you can never get a fix on his character or the angle he's coming from. He never lets you in. You're just waiting for the Adam Sandler we all know, where he starts screaming and yelling and punching holes in Bob Barker. That's what you keep waiting for, but we never get that. We get this version, this little Nicky thing, and it's not working.
I wrote down at the exact same point in the film, how are we supposed to enjoy this sad, pathetic, depressing character?
Yeah,
it
really
there's
is.
There's no one to root for.
I don't care what happens to any.
Unless you're Norcrest and you just went to Portland and got some poontang, then it's fucking hysterical.
Well,
then everything that happens is awesome.
I'm gonna be
tickets to Portland right now.
Yeah. 3 tickets to Portland, please.
That had nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it did. Oh, yes, it did.
Entertained by portions of this movie. I was not entertained. I was way too long.
Boy. Well, Chris, we're 41 minutes in, and up until now, what did you find entertaining up until this point? This sequence in the recording studio.
Well,
say not one. You can't even do.
I like the whole Nick Swartzen thing where Killian was talking about earlier, where
we'll get back to
him.
Yeah, we'll get back to him.
I mean, just the montage of the people talking about him.
That's not funny. That's not funny. That's just people talking about him.
Though. It's funny because they're all taking the piss out of themselves and their own agents
I don't think
and stuff
so.
like that. I'd like a movie. It's like Hollywood making fun of Hollywood. It was funny.
It's funny like a Comedy Central roast is funny. It's okay. So this is like the Comedy Central roast on my sanity.
The only way that opening bit where they're all talking about him is funny is if you imagine they're actually talking about Adam Sandler.
Right. You're absolutely right, Hawkins. Then it's funny.
I went to that place in my mind.
This is strike 1, Sandy. Or strike 15 for us.
I knew where you were going to go, and I thought that was weird, too.
When will this madness end? He's not allowed to use the pool in this fancy house, and, of course, there's a voice on this speaker thing that keeps monitoring. We find out who it is at the end. You can pretty much guess before we get... Just, you know how you can figure it out? Just count up all the people you have seen that are in his posse and figure out who you haven't seen, and it turns out to be that fucking asshole.
Who always does problematic ethnic impressions.
Yeah, badly, by the way. Yeah, we're sick of this asshole. Yeah, there you go.
If you don't know who the fuck from the moment the sound comes out of the wherever, then come on, then you haven't seen at least one Adam Sandler movie before.
Then exactly. You haven't been paying attention.
and on top of all this, what's funnier? They're actually being a serious rule about not being able to get in the pool, or the fact that he's been told not to get in the pool and hasn't done it for 4 years, and it turns out it actually isn't a rule, and he's just been playing about it.
Well, how about the hysterical joke about the Dobermans constantly chasing him across the property?
Because I think that was like an homage to Magnum PI.
I got integrity, no fault insurance. Sandler gets beat up around the 51-minute mark, and it perfectly expresses how the audience feels at that point.
Because, hey, Mr. DJ. Oh, and by the way, that Mace and Babyface cameo, how they tried to make them seem like they were 20 years younger.
Yeah, that was
a joke.
Great.
Yeah,
that was great. No, I loved it because it was so bad.
It's not great. It's we're skipping over some chunks, but let me back up. And her career between the time she does the Van Nuys Tech Institute recording, they meet with the Capitol Records. They give her a deal. They get her start recording, and of course, like now, there's all cameos. Babyface shows up, and he's ancient, but they try to make him look like 1994's Babyface. If you can imagine how that looks. So there's cameos that get peppered throughout this. As a result, though, he ends up getting in a car accident because he has Colin Quinn in the car and gets beat up, which I thought was awesome. Next line is, "You look like a star," because that's what stars look like, Adam Sandler. You're not a star, so ouch. Jennifer Hudson cleans up really well. She got a little short wig on, and he takes her out on the town. They have it's not a meet cute. There's feelings between the two, but boy, I mean, there's no chemistry. We should
headshot shoot.
They have no chemistry together, so I have to establish that. But according to the script, they're supposed to be into each other.
Well, she looked about as uncomfortable while doing that training thing as I felt watching it.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah,
yes.
Well, the photographer guy was weird. He was like too much. I think he was trying to do like a Zoolander thing, and it didn't really work.
No, I don't know what he was doing. He wasn't funny at all. Much like everybody else in the film. But there's a photographer, and his girlfriend was either equally as wacky. So she basically takes him to this party that's hosted by Quincy Jones. Here we are now. I'm Arsenio. Yeah, I'm Arsenio. When the only work a former late-night show host can get is appearing in a crappy Adam Sandler film, you know your career is tanked out around the 53-minute mark. I thought we were done with Arsenio Hall, but man, that motherfucker just keeps turning up.
Hey, I thought his reboot of his talk show was good.
Well, no, that was past its expiration date, but I guess
it was better than Chevy Chase's.
Oh, all right. Cheap
I'm
shot.
Chevy Chase, and nobody else wants.
No, not that one. So Arsenio Hall comes. He pops up a couple times in this film, but he's in its main dinner scene or party scene. Meet Amy Baskin, better known as Adam Sandler's equally unfunny wife. We took a shot at her earlier.
In this movie.
You thought she was good?
Yeah, she was actually charismatic.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. This is her best acting job in any of the movies that he's drug her into.
Or drugged her to be into. One of the two.
Exactly.
Take your pick. Yeah.
Well, the last time I saw her, the only one I remember is she played an Indian, didn't she? In that Western thing?
God.
Yeah.
No, but she was also one of the angels.
In Little Nicky.
Yeah.
And then Quincy Jones ended up throwing him out and says, "Get out of my house," and the film for that matter. Quincy Jones did not end up liking Adam Sandler's antics. That scene didn't make any sense.
Yeah, but
the
then,
wine scene,
especially because Jennifer Hudson dared him to she goes, "I think he's offended, but you should do more."
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense. That scene is not really funny.
She was the one bringing him to the party,
And then why would you insult the host? I don't understand any of that.
Yeah.
And Quincy Jones looked like he had a stroke too. He didn't look healthy at all.
They were trying to make him look young, and it was really sad.
Oh, were they? Yeah,
he was really
he's fine.
I think I met. Oh, is he fine? Okay, yeah.
They didn't even spend any of the money on CGI like they did to Jeff Bridges and Tron. To just sort of CGI a young face on top of him. They didn't even do that.
You're nobody, then you're somebody, then you're nobody again. Hey-o. Okay. There you go. That's how that works. What you were worried about was a raccoon. Was anyone else imagining Sandler's head exploding instead of that raccoon around the hour and 2 minute mark?
But that was just so.
I didn't understand
weird.
that. Yeah, that was.
It was really random.
It's really random. Yeah. So he gets called to the house. Jennifer Hudson, I guess, hears something in the bushes, and he comes to the house, and he has a baseball bat. He ends up destroying a raccoon, man. I'm talking, there was a lot of blood.
That was gross.
It just literally exploded. Yeah. It was
like peanut butter jelly time.
Oh, yeah. He's covered in blood.
But still, it was one of those scenes that we'll talk about it, but it ended up making less sense as it went on.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because why did she call him if
if the
Lamont
other guy
in there?
And Lamont, not Sanford and Sons Lamont Morris.
Bling
is his character name is Bling. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he's in the house and he gets invited in to get the his clothes cleaned. Sandy, can you pass me the gravy? You know your film sucks when the only product placement you can get for this film is Boston Market.
Do you know whose house Sandy Wexler was staying at?
Geez. No.
In real life, it's the Ed McMahon estate.
Is it really?
Really?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he kept all those like oversized checks for himself because he was a little large.
Ed McMahon's dead, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Boston. It was called Boston Chicken. They actually did get that correct back in '94. This dude shattered his pelvis on an amplifier. Why didn't we get to see that scene? That sounded way funnier than anything we do actually see. They're talking about Gary Rogers, stunt extraordinaire. Why did we see that scene?
That would have been a funny scene when he opened for her. And that would have been hilarious.
I just let Nick Swardston do funny stuff, and I think that would have been funny. Yeah, I guess the stuntman opened for Hudson's character and ended up killing him, damn near killing himself. He's always in perfect shape though when he comes back. They don't do the Super Dave thing, right, where he's in traction and like a cast and stuff like that.
No, they do it. They do it later on.
Oh yeah, with the burn thing at the end, which is really stupid. This rock star thing is new for me. Well, so is filmmaking apparently. Sorry. Did Jennifer Hudson appear in this turd only because
Academy Award winner Jennifer Hudson?
Well, I think she only appeared in this film because everyone else said no. I think she was low on the list on this one.
She signed on 2 weeks before principal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so,
that's why. Because everybody else said fuck you. They weren't going to do it. Legend had it, he stayed in the car and cried for 6 hours. Not unlike us after watching this turd.
Oh my God, this is such a ripoff of like something about Mary with Ben Stiller.
You're right. Yeah, there's that.
That's dramatic crying.
It's lazy.
Like, fake dramatic crying.
So basically, Lamont, not Sanford and Sons Lamont, the guy in this film, could do a better job managing Hudson's career at this point because he's a little more in the know than Mr. Wexler here.
Also her boyfriend.
She is tagging him. So basically, they break up. So Wexler takes himself out of the picture and says, "Look, you're better off with that." And he goes in the car and starts crying because he really does love her, which we don't understand or even get that. But okay. Did you ever see that naughty little movie, 9.5 Weeks? Yes, but we don't want to see it reenacted here around the hour and 15-minute mark. For God's sake.
How long did it take you guys? Yeah, and to realize that it was.
Who is that?
That
Who's the actor?
Jane Seymour reprising her Wedding Crashers role.
Oh, is that who that is? That's Jane Seymour?
Yeah.
She looks horrible.
Yeah.
She looked terrible. Oh my God. All right. Well, we definitely didn't want to see that.
That wig.
Oh yeah, the wig did not help.
Maybe that's why I didn't recognize. Maybe she's hotter without the wig.
Her hair is amazing.
Yeah, she did have nice hair. I remember Jane Seymour always having great hair. And she's not funny either. Basically, we should mention she plays the next door neighbor to where
she's crying.
Yeah, where Wexler lives, and apparently because her husband is that was a creepy scene because he's on the hospital bed in the bed next to her, and apparently he can't fuck anymore, so she's desperate for any kind of attention. She could just go out and get anybody. Why would she even bother with Sandler's character?
It's like an epilogue to her Wedding Crashers character.
Oh, is that what that is? Yeah, maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it is. Again, go Paul.
I was just going to say, you actually skipped past something I really wanted to mention, which is
go ahead.
The scene when he notices the lights are on.
Right.
Number one, when he turns off the TV, he's sat in the same position for so long, I thought I'd accidentally pause the bloody film.
Yeah!
Thank you, Paul. I'm like, what's wrong with my stream right now?
That's what I did.
He sat there for 7 seconds.
I didn't understand what that was. Yeah.
So weird.
You're right.
And then when he does get up and goes to the window and said, "What have we here?" What we have here, Adam Sandler, is the lights from the set very clearly reflected in your glasses.
Yeah, they weren't the lights from the tennis court. They were lights from the set. I don't know what the minute mark on that was, but that was really bizarre. Are you a man, Sandy? Well, we're still trying to figure that out. There you go. Bump. 1995 Grammys. Wait, how did Hudson's rise to superstardom happen in less than a year? It took Vanilla Ice at least a year and a half.
Well, and why is she wearing an outfit from the 1988 Grammys?
Okay, we can go with that.
Yeah.
But guys, she just got discovered in '94, and now she's up for a Grammy in '95. That's literally impossible. There is no way.
It's not.
No, it's not. That's not impossible.
It is. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
All right.
There's plenty of artists. Especially,
who? Name one.
Honored, since you don't obviously watch the Grammys, there is a category called Best New Artist. So it is.
But not in less than a year. There's no way.
Blang makes a point of saying that he submitted her album in time for consideration.
You're the man, Bedtime. Terry Crews may be the only bright spot in this turd, or at least his hair is. At least his hair is. Hour and 21-minute mark. He plays a wrestler that Wexler ends up representing after Hudson takes off and starts her own career. Terry Crews has like kid and play hair, which I thought was funny. I like Terry Crews. I wish they had given him a little more funny stuff to do. He's just basically Terry Crewsing it up because he is a talented comedian. Believe it or not, he doesn't give enough credit, I don't think, for that. So it would have been nice to see a little bit more. Everyone gets zonked once in a while. The question is, why are we doing it? Because the film is 131 minutes long and it sucks. Recap, Jennifer Hudson's character gets tanked up in a Chinese restaurant, or some Italian restaurant, I'm sorry. And Wexler has to go to a rescue and get her out of there. Because God forbid.
Wasn't that where Robert, what's his name, shot his wife?
Robert Blake?
Blake?
Yeah. Was it Dantana's? Maybe it was.
Beretta?
I think so, yeah.
Beretta, yeah. He was a nice guy.
I'd say I'm glad that you mentioned it was an Italian restaurant because I wasn't really paying attention, and that actually explains the Ryan Gigg football jersey on the wall.
No, I think it was an Italian restaurant. She had a couple, 2 martinis, and got tanked up, and Wexler has to get her out of there for the paparazzi sees. Takes her to the house, and at this point,
I paused the movie. I was like, we still have an hour left.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I was so depressed. I'm like, oh my god, there's like an hour.
Yeah, well, no, we're past the hour and 21 minute mark. Hang in there, guys.
Even I was like, okay, it's taking too long
to
get to the point of
Oh,
this
yeah.
movie.
My wife was in the other room with the baby, and she just poked her head around and just said, "How much longer have you got?" And I said, "You don't want to know."
Yeah, when Paul started the film, his baby was still a baby. When he went back in the room, she was like 5. And kid was he's like, holy shit.
Did so much.
Yeah, I mean, I take out the big stick because it's fun to hit far. Or beat Sandler over the head with it, whatever works at the, I don't know what the minute mark in this. He takes her golfing just to do some golfing things. Again, not funny. Just watch Happy Gilmore. Stay away from this film.
And
This is
they all
actually,
in
I'm
the
going to say
line.
this scene is
Oh,
way
here
better
we
than
go.
the whole Happy Gilmore movie.
What?
Really? What?
Yes.
Chris, come on.
I
What?
fucking
wrong
hate
with
Happy
you?
Oh, my God.
I didn't.
I'm moving to Portland because apparently it improves your mood dramatically.
Yeah,
Just
if
yeah, I'm out of here.
It's about going
Yeah.
to Sizzler.
The greatest pussy in the world is in fucking Portland. I am out of here tomorrow.
Sorry, Honor, that's already taken.
Whoa, ew. Jesus Christ. There's just, I don't, all right, Chris.
Why do you set me up like that?
You could knock him out.
I think you set us up, though, by, yeah. Hopefully you're going to dial this down next week. Jesus Christ. You need to go to the bathroom? No, but since this golf scene is so goddamn long, around the hour and 28 minute mark, there you go. You might as well drop a deuce. It's a long scene.
The joke of the scene is that nobody recognizes Jennifer Hudson
That's the
in
this
terrible sweat outfit because she has a hat on.
Yeah,
that's just what's stupid.
She's dressed like a 90s rap star. It's a terrible outfit.
As a person who's been, I pride myself on spotting celebrities everywhere I go, whether it's the grocery store or wherever. That's how you see them in real life. They're in their fucking sweatpants and they're in the,
but you
the
see
cold
them,
medicine aisle fucking getting some NyQuil and shit, just like you are. Like, that's how you run into a celebrity.
All right.
They don't look all glamorous and shit.
No, that's pretty obvious. She was still pretty obvious, I thought, in that outfit, but all right. Is it supposed to curve up to the right like that? No, but that boom mic should have curved up out of that shot. Yeah, but you guys been notice the boom mic around that sequence? Probably not. But I was so bored, I just started looking at the edge of the frame for stuff. Anything to get out, anything to get out of the movie.
True.
I was so aggravated by this point. Why does your goofy ass have me feeling good right now? Like Nora Crest here. You're the only one, Terry Crews, because the rest of us are fucking miserable. I don't understand. Yeah. Oh man. This episode is dedicated to the city of Portland, Oregon, and the people who live there, who apparently just have rainbows shooting out of their private parts. So there you go.
Technically, it's Beaverton.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Hey-o. All right. Have the best night of your life, Standy. Unlike us, who all had the worst night of our lives watching Adam Sandler kiss Jennifer Hudson around the hour and 35 minute mark. Boy, does that come off as
awful.
creepy? They have no chemistry, and now they kind of hit it off at this around the pool sequence. It was really awkward and creepy. I didn't get.
Adam Sandler looked like he was barfing in his mouth. Like, why is that if you're kissing Jennifer Hudson?
She was bringing it. She was like trying to bring it.
Yeah, she was trying to break it, but he was so awkward. I guess I don't know if I guess it was intentional, but they have no chemistry, guys. So this doesn't work at all. She does spend the night with him and then takes off immediately the next day, and now he's depressed again. He hung himself, which is what I thought they were going to be saying about me after watching this film.
Oh my God! What was with that?
I don't.
I'm like,
And then the
that's where
Oh,
who is this movie
Wait,
for?
let's. Yeah,
Was that Chris Elliott?
let's unpack.
Yes, it was
let's.
Chris
Yes.
Elliott.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's unpack this scene. What's his name? The idiot Kevin James has puppets, and this other guy has this show.
Maybe Kevin James.
Mr. Buttons.
Yeah, Mr. Buttons. Chris Elliott. It's actually Chris Elliott in that sequence. Anyway, Chris Elliott has a hit TV show that Mr. James would love to have. Yeah.
Mr. Buttons.
And
Yeah.
as a result, I guess Mr. Buttons had just said goodbye and hangs himself in the fucking room.
And then
So-
his
Mr. Buttons
dolls-
was here.
Kevin-
Boom.
And
Yeah.
then his dolls.
I have to say that was marginally
Yeah.
funny watching the dolls hang themselves afterwards.
Oh yeah,
It's-
hilarious.
It's
But
it's
how
creepy,
did
but
that happen? How did that happen?
Yeah,
Because
how-
he died, and then
Because
he-
all the puppets in this movie
Are real.
are like autonomous.
Yeah, it's
They're
like-
all
it's-
He
like
had some sort of
alive.
Rube Goldberg device set up.
yeah, it's all like Anthony Hopkins in Magic. Does anybody remember that
Yeah,
one? Yeah, it's fucking creepy. Chris Elliott hangs himself, and as a result, Kevin James gets the TV gig.
I had genuinely forgotten Kevin James's character's name. So
I did
when
too,
it
I
was
didn't know
like
it.
Goodbye, Mr. Buttons, and I saw it was Chris Elliott. I was like, did they forget to film Kevin James in this scene? And it's
Oh, that would have been great if Kevin James hung himself. No, we didn't get that lucky.
He
Kevin-
would not have supported a.
No, yeah, I know.
Kevin James.
I think it's a reasonable starting place, Sandy. Unlike this embarrassing ventriloquist heart attack scene around the hour and 45-minute mark, who thought this idea
Oh
was
my
even remotely
God,
funny? So let me unpack this.
man.
Sandler has to make a deal with Kevin James to close the deal at this network. We're not going to tell you the network yet because it's supposed to be a funny joke. It's not. And as a result, before they can go to the meeting, Wexler is clearly having a heart attack and needs to immediately go for the hospital. But he's such a dumbass. He wants to finish the deal. So the joke is he's going to sit next to Kevin James, and Kevin James is going to basically be a ventriloquist for Sandy Wexler in this scene to close the deal. And Rob Reiner, God bless him, got roped into this. Rob Reiner is actually in the sequence. It's not funny. I don't understand why they thought this would be funny.
I just wrote down the second this scene started, I was just like,
It's
and
awful.
we've officially hit rock bottom.
Mhm.
And
I agree.
I genuinely think that the writers took a break and turned on the TV, and dead silence was on, and they were like, "That's it, that's it, we're doing that."
Or Magic, or any
that was
ventriloquist.
the moment that weed became legal in California.
Yeah, it's a terrible sequence, and it's just completely misses the mark of what they were trying to do. It's awkward and unfunny, and the fact that the great Rob Reiner had to sit and endure that whole sequence and a role in this film.
He cannot move.
Yeah, I know,
And
he's a
yet
guy who's having a
he's able
heart
to get up
attack.
and sit there,
Yeah.
like, okay, I can sit here, but I can't talk.
My bowels are coming loose talking about this. Ted, welcome to the UPN family. Now that's supposed to be funny, but it's actually kind of sad. We're like talking like Debbie Downer
I
kind
know,
of sad.
I felt
Wah,
bad. I was like, oh.
Yeah, why take a cheap
That's
shot
not
at
gonna last
UPN?
long.
Yeah, and about four people, will get that joke to understand what happened to you.
3. I got it already. So
All
3.
right, so now we're down to 3. Yeah, I love this song. Well, folks, Griffin said we hit rock bottom earlier, or somebody did. I think this.
Klosterman.
Thank you. I think we've hit it
I
here.
think Paul. Well,
All right,
Or
somebody-
no, okay.
Paul hit rock bottom when he first guested on our show. That's when he knew his career was over. I love this song. Well, folks, we finally hit rock bottom, or bottom of this celebrity cameo basement with Weird Al Yankovic's appearance on screen around the hour and 50-minute mark. Then I just wrote boo. I understand everybody else going through this litany of having to show up for this nonsense, but Weird Al, do you have to? It's
Because
sacrilege.
that would be Alfred. Yeah, that.
I know that hooks back into
really long.
it's a long
like,
con for that.
storyline
It is
for
to
a
get-
Weird Al cameo.
Yeah. We should mention
It was
that
the longest setup in the
Oh
history
Yeah.
of
my
film.
god!
It was-
and
yeah.
I was like, okay, who's Alfred? I fell
You did,
for
you
it
fell
because
for it,
I
like
was wondering who's Alfred.
You're getting soft.
Yeah,
Griff.
I
You're
did
getting
too.
soft. Oh, you too. Well, yeah, we understand why you fell for it.
Given how bad the writing was, I just figured they never bothered telling us.
You know what?
They were never going to reveal who Alfred
You're right.
was. That's what I
Hawkins,
was
you're right.
thinking.
You're actually, I just thought
Yeah,
I'd
the
forgotten
way-
about it.
The way he told the story, it was too like corny. I'm sorry, Ernest Saves Christmas is better than this movie.
Yeah. Rip, pour one
no,
out.
don't be sorry. You're correct.
And let's all pour one out for Jim Varney. Okay.
Well, now the big question then is, Brian, is Ernest in the Army better than this film?
No, all right, guys. All right.
Ooh,
I haven't seen that one.
Look, do not try to soft pedal your French fries shit on our show. That's your podcast.
No, wait,
We're not
wait,
we're not
how long
pimping you out.
until- they tried to make Adam Sandler the new Ernest.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's already happened.
I think we're living it right now, Griff. We're living it right now.
We're in it.
We're in it. Except
it's like the Handmaid's Tale. Like, we are in it.
as if the Ernest films were like 2 hours plus long. This is what we're enduring right now. We should. I'm going to mention that Wexler character had one of his first clients was a guy named Alfred, and he got too close to him just friendship wise instead of business wise, and they had a parting of the ways.
That's
you
what,
have to wait for
he thinks was the problem.
Right, you have to wait for the entire 2 hours plus time to get to this point to find out the Alfred character is fucking Weird Al. Like, I just, who gives a shit? I think Weird Al's funniest thing was probably in Naked Gun. I thought he was funnier in that than he was here. He's not funny here, we should say, Weird Al. He has a couple lines and he's gone.
He's just here to, like, I don't know.
Why is he here?
Show off his old hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked his old
Dirty
hair.
spaghetti hair.
I do.
And it's gross mustache.
I miss his old hair and the pedo mustache. For me, if you really care about someone, you tell them the truth. Well, I don't really care about Adam Sandler, but I'd be happy to tell him about every one of his Netflix films, and they suck. Screwed up the likes. That beer's kicking in. Let Farouz, here we go. Farousa, take good care of you. Here you go, folks. Cue the inevitable Rob Schneider cameo around the hour and 54-minute mark. He's like a hemorrhoid that always manages to come back, isn't he?
He's got like a fetish with like cosplaying.
Why is
other races?
Are we tired of seeing these, his racist cameos? I guess we can call them that now. Whether he's a racist Mexican or racist Iranian.
I'm sorry. It's other races. He's got like a fetish for playing other races.
And they're racist. I mean, they're not funny. Yeah. They're just terrible, terrible cameos. If they were funny, I wouldn't care. But not one of his characters in any one of his Adam Sandler films. I mean, it's the same shtick. How about you show up as Rob Schneider once in a while? Not that he's funny, but I mean, give us just to give us a break.
He's got like an issue. Like,
you think it's a mental thing? You think there's
and speaking of Netflix, his reality show got renewed too.
Oh God, really? There's more Rob Schneider? Oh man,
Rob Schneider has a reality show.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah. I love you. So that comes down to it that Wexler, after talking to Weird Al, go figure this, decides to stop talking bullshit out of his mouth and be honest when he's talking to people. And then he has to go confront Miss Hudson before she marries the guy from Starbucks, right? The Starbucks creator, I believe. And they have this forced scene inside the planetarium in L.A. Chris has been there, right?
Yeah.
Observatory? It's the observatory. The Griffith
Park Observatory, yeah.
Yeah, they do the laser light show.
It's really, it's iconic.
It's iconic. They got a laser light show, but apparently they have the same Windows 98 screensaver for the Northern Lights is actually playing in this.
It's a planetarium. You go in there and you see they
shit.
do a whole Northern Lights thing.
Oh, there you go. So this does happen. Okay. So he confronts Hudson before she get married, and he says, "I love you. I've always loved you," which is really hard to believe since Sandler and Hudson have zero chemistry together. I didn't believe any of that, guys. None of this scene right here makes holds any weight because you don't believe these two people are in love with each other. You don't.
It seems like Schneider kidnapped her, and now
he did actually. Yeah, he did in a limo.
Yeah, he's in a limo. Sandler's like, wait, no, I'm gonna not be an asshole now.
Right, exactly.
No, fuck him.
You had me at Shalom. Excuse me while I pause this mess for another round of explosive diarrhea. My God, do you really? Why do you have to? Another cheap Jerry Maguire joke. Let's hang that up, please. Just bring out the couple already. We want to end this film, thank God. So now the big reveal, folks, and I'm gonna have Chris do it one more time. We're back to the party scene that was at the beginning of the film, where all the celebrities are talking about Sandy Wexler. We find out now it's modern day. This is actually they're 20 years later. They get married
because Kevin James puppets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like married them.
They married them, but it was, so it wasn't legal. So 20 years, legal. So 20 years later, we got the actual scene with this. Chris, one more time, run down that list. Everybody in this fucking scene who was dick sucking Adam Sandler.
Lorne Michaels, Kevin Nealon, Jimmy Kimmel, Jason Priestley, Jewel, Lisa Loeb, Conan O'Brien, George Wendt, John Lovitz, Henry Winkler, Janine Garofalo, Arsenio Hall, Judd Apatow, Paul Rodriguez, Darius Rucker, Richard Lewis, Dr. Drew, Vanilla Ice, Penn Jillette, Jay Leno, Louis Anderson, David Spade, Dana Carvey, Chris Rock, Colin Quinn, Pauly Shore, and Guy Oseary.
Woo! There you go, folks. That's your
Mike
drinking
Judge
game.
and Downtown Julie Brown.
That was your
Right.
drinking. That's your you're right. That's your drinking game, folks. Take a drink for every celebrity that Norcrest just mentioned. Hey, shots on me. Hey, it could be worse. You can't get much worse than this film. Oh wait, Adam Sandler is singing, guys, in this last sequence. Yes, you can. Now, normally at this point,
At least they reacted and were like horrified.
Now, normally I would say at this point,
Not enough.
We're at the end of the film,
Yeah.
and normally I would say crest on credits, but since Norcrest has been in Pussyville for the last couple weeks, I gotta go to Killing Griffin.
I did.
Oh my
God.
God!
Griffin,
you gotta go to the intern.
Griffin on credits. What do you got?
I got that the guy who we
What
didn't
happened?
identify, who turned out to be Mike Judge, said
Oh, really?
that Sandy Wexler always told him that he wanted to sign Beavis.
Oh.
He would prank call him as Beavis. Then they go to the prank calls between Beavis and Sandy Wexler.
And that's funnier than the movie.
And
Yes. Great.
Really?
And then they do a second round, which is Butthead.
Mhm.
Oh, shit.
Apologizing for Beavis.
Really? I can't believe I missed it.
No.
That's the
It
funniest.
was great.
Oh, you're kidding.
Apologizing because you're a dumbass.
This is Butthead.
I'm apologizing because you're a dumbass.
And
You're
oh,
kidding.
what's the other one? Where it's like he says, "Come on, guys!" Like, did you say you want to come on, guys?
This doesn't make it. That's the film. That's pretty sad when the best part of your movie is literally the end credits.
Well,
Yeah.
it's pretty sad when you didn't watch the best part of the
No, sad for me. Yeah, but I never do because that's what I do here. But and also the joke comes from Mike Judge and not anything Adam Sandler did, which I think is brilliant,
They
right?
actually show Adam Sandler and Mike Judge filming it together.
Oh, really?
Like, they have mics.
Yeah, in the
like,
booth,
Boom,
yeah.
they have like boom mics, and it's like offset,
Oh,
like
man.
during the wedding reception scene.
That's pretty sad when that's the best part of your movie. God damn, guys.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? It made me want to watch Beavis and Butthead.
Well, yeah, folks. If you're Beavis and Butthead fans,
They brought that back too.
Oh, made me want to watch Daria again.
or Daria,
Oh
yeah,
my
exactly.
God, I
Diarrhea.
love that show.
Or King of the Hill, any of those.
Why witnessed Daria one year for Halloween in high school?
All right, so there you go, folks. That is Sandy Wexler for this week. Jesus Christ, we took it out, all 131 minutes of it. We took it out and played with it a lot longer than we should have. Can we flush it, ladies and gentlemen? Can we please flush it?
Take it to the pool.
Yes.
Flush it. You said
There you go, folks. Consider flush.
TP for my bunghole.
Yeah. See now everybody gets funny when we're closing the show.
Cornholio.
Okay, Corn Julio, just Portland Julio. So there you go. Consider a flush, folks. That is it for this week. I want to thank my lovely co-cinematic flushers, Midwest movie mogul Colleen Griffin and Raging Buddha Beam Movie King Norcrest. Great job as always, ladies. Thank our lovely extended co-flushers, Brian Klosterman and Paul Adam Sandler can lick my balls. Hawkins from the BlokeBusters podcast. Make sure you get over to BlokeBusters and check out all their nonsense. They do a really good job with their French Fried series. I was making fun of it a little earlier, but it's actually super fun. After you listen to us, of course. Us first, then these clowns. But definitely check them out and give them some love over there at the BlokeBusters. Thank you, gentlemen. Hopefully you'll join us again, and we are going to be back next week to torture you folks with something else. Until then, say goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.
Now Hawkins decides to do voices at the back
You
end of
said
it.
bye.
I know.
You said bye.
Okay, all right, guys. All right, just dial it down. Holy shit.
Hi, this is Sarah Polton, and I want to thank you for listening to This Week and every week as we flush these turds down our cinematic bowl here in the restroom. And by turds, I mean the movies, not my ex-boyfriends. If you haven't already, please subscribe to us on iTunes and Google Play Music so we can attract more listeners and so you don't miss a single episode. We love feedback, so email us at signalsoffury@gmail.com with your comments and suggestions for future flushes. Also, be sure to check out our home restroom on the net, signalsoffury.com. Until next time, remember, we're here to flush it, so you don't have to see it. I'm Sarah Polton, and this has been the award-winning Soiled Restroom Cinema.